Living in this world is like a dream, and you will wake up when you die. By Ali bin Abi Thalib. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Judge and all of participants. My name is Arya Nur Attabiq. I am from Tasywiqul Furqon Islamic Boarding School, and in this time, I would like to deliver my speech about the responding to challenges of the digital era with Exemplified the Prophet Muhammad. Dear the servant of God, we must be wondering about what shall be imitated from the Prophet Muhammad. Who is Prophet Muhammad? There is not found in the Qur'an anyone who is called Rahman except the Prophet Muhammad. And not a single creature is characterized by the nature of Allah Ar-Rahim except the Prophet Muhammad. This is in accordance with what is contained in the Quran, Surah Al-Anbiya, verse 107, namely, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. And the meaning, and we have not sent you Muhammad, but you be a mercy for the world. And his characteristics are none other than listed in the book of Aqidatul Awam. In Japanese, we call Aqid Second or Aqid 50. In the Aqid 50, there are the mandatory characteristics of the Prophet that we used to know, namely Siddiq, Amanah, Tabligh, and Fatanah. Happy servant of Allah. All the words and behavior of the Prophet are still relevant to what is happening in a much more modern era like today, because the message of Islam was revealed from the beginning of time until the end of time. This millennial generation is also referred to as the golden generation that has the potential to become a generation for the revival of Islam. Although managing youth to have a strong religious character is a struggle that is not easy and simple. This is why the Messenger of Allah mentioned that among the seventh group who will recite said when there is no set except Allah said on the day of resurrection. There are the youths who grow up in worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that remember what purpose he was created by Allah. Till the servant of God, we realize that opportunity will not be repeated. Took advantage of our youth before we weakness, health before we illness, leisure before we neurons, and life before we death. Sad and concerned about the state of youth at this time, one of which is the development of technology. In fact, technology makes it easier for humans to carry out any activity. However, the servant of God, if we go to opposite, there are many impacts that are caused along with the booming flow of globalization and this technology. We lost the moral values that should be nurtured in the soul of every Indonesian people. We as the young people who are in the flow of globalization are called the millennial generation. They can be said to be the most frequently accessing the internet in their daily life. Although in the use of many of them who have not been able to access positive things, misuse in social media will have a negative impact on their social environment. Well, as we know, the Western culture that entered this nation without any filtering, making the character of Indonesian people who are famous for virtuous character, upholding moral, politeness in action, words and ways of dressing. Everything is slowly fading away. Currently, many teenagers use minimal clothing showing body parts and shall not be visible. Other examples such as commenting or talking on social media by Indonesian netizens. This is very contrary to the nation culture which uphold moral values and is polite in speech and dress. The loss of these values is very influential on the progress of the nation in the future. So, there needs to be character education. This is instilled as well as possible, so that it can show on what to follow and discard. For that, we must build character, so that we can adapt to the development of this era, which is none other than imitating the trait or character of the Prophet Muhammad. Till the servant of God, one of the mandatory nature of the Prophet in the form of trust. The trust placed in Muhammad. Every Muslim required to always be trustworthy. In daily life, trust can be interpreted as an attitude of responsibility. If someone is responsible for his duties, then he is seen as a trustworthy figure. Even though if he betrays his task, then he is seen fulfill the mandate to fellow human beings, especially the trust that has been given by others. When someone is given a mandate, then he is obligated to return the right to the person who has given him the responsibility. For example, we are given facilities from our parents in the form of gadgets, and we must use them properly and safely. We must not use the facility arbitrarily given by our parents, and we as the younger generation must be wise and choose which posts are worth saying and which are not in social media. That's all I want, said with fellow servant of Allah. Remember, failure is Allah's way of saying be patient, because Allah have something better for you when the time comes. My name is Arya. I'm from Tasywiqul Furqon. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.